Yo, what is good, YouTube? I'm back for another video, and I hope you guys had a great start to your 2024. Can't believe we're already in 2024. And in this video, I'm going to talk about four of the NBA players that have something to prove because they need to step it up. Otherwise, their legacy is not going to be so remembered greatly. Okay, now let's start into the obvious one. So the first one I got is Kevin Durant. Ever since he left the Warriors, his career has plateaued. His stint with the Nets, and then he got eliminated in the second round against the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks, despite being up 2-0 and did not win a road game in that series. I know like Kyrie was hurt and James Harden was hurt. He keeps on building these super teams and still can't win a championship to save his damn life. Oh my goodness. And meanwhile, Steph Curry went on to win Finals MVP in 2022 when the Warriors beat the Celtics in 6, which was a huge thing for Curry's career. But Kevin Durant, on the other hand, oh no, you gotta step it up, buddy. They've been comparing this man to LeBron James. So, people talking about KD being better than LeBron. Like, what? No. Like, no sane person actually thinks that KD's better than LeBron. Like, come on. Because I'm like, oh, KD's the best player in the league. Meanwhile, he literally needed a super team to beat LeBron. Like, come on now. And then during his time with the Suns, he lost. Well, they lost in the second round against the eventual champion Denver Nuggets. I'm like, this man's legacy has a bunch of stains on it. Like, if his legacy was a shirt, there would be a bunch of stains on it. Like, come on now. Like, LeBron is better than KD, and it's not even close. Curry is better than KD. It was solidified in the 2022 NBA Finals. In the first round of the 2022 playoffs, the Nets got swept by the Boston Celtics. Didn't even win one game. They literally choked multiple times in that series, which that's unacceptable. Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Harden, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. And now you got Bradley Beal. Like, this man is making super teams and failing. Super failure from Kevin Durant, which is unacceptable for a superstar caliber player, for a superstar like Kevin Durant. Like, if he does not get it together, if he does not win a championship without a stacked roster, then his legacy is not going to be remembered greatly. Let's get into the second person that needs to prove something. Okay. Who I go with? Oh, yeah. Joel Embiid. This man, Joel Embiid, he's either injured or consistently folding in the playoffs. There's the stuff that happened last year against the Celtics. They had a chance to close out the Celtics at home. Couldn't do it. Joel Embiid, he was like a turnover machine in one of the games against the Hawks in 2021. Like, almost every time. And he has Tyrese Maxey. And the Sixers have to constantly change coaches. Brett Brown. Doc Rivers. Now they have Nick Nurse. Embiid still hasn't got past the second round. And people call him the Shaq of the generation, which is complete bullshit. Like, no, never compare Embiid to Shaq in your life. Like, those comparisons, they got to be thrown out the window. Just throw those comparisons out the window immediately. Because he should not be getting compared to Shaq in his life. Like, come on. Embiid's a great player. He is talented. But he's got to step it up. You can't blame coaching anymore. You change coaches and the same result happens. And then Game 7, they had a chance. And they choked it away. He played like garbage in Game 7. Like, sometimes he does have great playoff performances. And then people say he's better than Jokic, which at first I believed that he was better than Jokic. But then after, like, Jokic was able to get his team to the finals and win the championship, I'm like, yeah, Jokic is better than Embiid. Like, the Jokic and Embiid debate straight up switched last year. Especially when Embiid choked in Game 7 against the Boston Celtics last year, 2023. And number 3, James Harden. This man should not be getting compared to Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. No. I know he went up against the Kevin Durant Warriors, but even though it was the case, there were times where he still choked. And Curry was still cooking him despite him not having Kevin Durant. It was like Game 6, Kevin Durant not there. Curry scoreless in the first half. Still couldn't get the job done. Like it happened last year too. Like James Harden has a bunch of playoff blunders for a superstar like him. It's unacceptable. And then his time with the Sixers did not do so well. Against the Celtics, he did have some good games. He had that game winner, I'll give him that. But in Game 6, he blew it. Game 7, he blew it. And y'all can't blame coaching anymore for the Sixers because the players did not show up in that game. It's just mind-boggling. Like, they think everything is going to be the coaching. Like, if the players fail, it's going to be all the coaching. Or if the team wins, all the players will get all the credit. But the coach will always get the blame if the team loses, which is unacceptable. Like, James Harden, man. Yeah, and now he's on the Clippers. But at first, they played like garbage. During his time with the Nets, this man was literally injury wanted out. He barely had like a stint in Brooklyn. But what do I know at this point? I'm gonna say number 4. I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum, which he is a great player. Don't get me wrong. But people comparing him to Kobe Bryant are crazy. Like, literally. Why are y'all setting up these NBA players for slander by comparing them to the all-time greats? Like, really? Like, do y'all have to do that? I know Tatum ended up going to the Eastern Conference Finals when he was young, which was impressive. But still. This man, against the Sixers, it was like in Game 6. He did struggle, but he ended up going off in the fourth quarter, which, I'll give him props for showing up in the fourth quarter. But whenever it's not against the Sixers, sometimes he fades. The Celtics literally had to make up for Jason Tatum's off nights. You can't be doing that against certain teams. Like, if your best player is having an off night, some of the teams are going to take advantage of that and destroy you. Like, seriously. Are y'all going to hold these players accountable? Like, Jason Tatum. Great player. He just has to show up against teams not named the 76ers. Because he literally destroys the Sixers most of the time when they play. Because I know in some of the games he struggled. But there were times where he had his off nights, but then he'll eventually pick it up in the fourth quarter. But you can't just play good for one quarter. You gotta play good for all four quarters. Or at least play well for most of the game. You gotta show up when it matters. So these are the 4 players that need to prove themselves. Otherwise, their legacy not gonna be so good. But some of them have time, but some of the players' time is running out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great start to 2024.